Hi guys, welcome back to our YouTube channel. We are the Bebonkings and your host here at Trinity Relationships. So here we discuss everything relationships and family. For those who are faithful viewers, thank you so much for following the videos. Thank you for commenting, for liking, for sharing our content. For those who keep watching and have not yet subscribed, please do well to subscribe and share to those you think this content is going to be useful for. So today we'll be starting an exciting topic, and it's on phone privacy in marriage. This thing has affected a lot of marriages,
and it's still affecting.
Yes, and it's still affecting. Rightly said, it's really still affecting many marriages. And in a society where we have a lot of new communication apps, and even in other aspects where you have passwords. First, the phone, you have the possibility of having a password. Then in the different chats now, you can lock some chats, you can place some passwords before accessing some chats. In marriage, does this have a harmful effect? So that's what we'll be discussing here today.
Personally, I think that phone privacy is becoming an issue in most marriages, because at first most couples, the phone was not really embedded in our day-to-day living, and the fact that our culture now, your business, your communication with your office, they each have a small chat group around that will be linked towards the phone, and so phone privacy now becomes something, because we are now much used to the phone. So it becomes a situation where most marriages now have to deal with that phone issue and the privacy. So I think it's really an interesting topic, and a topic that every couple should look into, how the phone is affecting their relationships. And I think from the perspective of the male, there's a difference between how a male views the phone and how a female views the phone.
Okay, tell us.
Is it? Well, I remember when we were still in courtship, my wife was, she had my password, I had her password, but she always had the desire to check my phone or scroll through my phone. For me, I was like,
it was fun.
And I had the mindset of, this is my phone. And I believe that most people out there have that same ideology, because you grow up knowing that somebody's cell phone belongs to the person. That is when you're single and maybe in courtship, but when you're married, it's a whole different ball game. So, but that was the mindset I had, and I noticed that my wife had that tendency. And when I tried to do my personal research, I realized that almost every woman has the same tendency. Every woman wants to know what is going on with the husband's phone, or not even going on, but wants to even get to the phone and even have the liberty to go through, open the phone, close this app and check things. And it got me thinking, and after doing some personal research, I realized that women are inquisitive.
Yeah.
Anything that they feel that is far from them, they would like to get close to it. If it's a phone, they feel that maybe I'm seeing my husband always on the phone and he has a password. It starts building something in their mind, like something is going on. I'm being kept aside. I'm not being let into that space. I feel like that is private space for me, and that starts bringing problem in the family. So what do you think your own part as a female, or how do people perceive that?
To me, right from courtship, I think to me it's just fun. Like, there's something new that I'm going to get to know just going through your phone. I'll get to know the circle of friends you keep. I'll get to know, like, the things you are involved in, because life can get busy sometimes, and you may forget to give me updates about certain things, certain chats and the rest. And so I feel that when I go through the phone, I have first-hand information, not because I don't trust you. That's what I want you to know. It's not because I don't trust you. Me personally, there's some women who do it because they say they want to catch their husbands red-handed. But me personally, I go through your phone just for fun, and just to know, like I said. And there's some chats that when you tell me that, okay, this person got to you and you guys were chatting about this and this, I feel that there's still a juicy part that you don't tell me. So I go in for more details. Personally, to me, it's for more details and just the phone.
But what I've noticed that be it a good intention or a negative one, women are generally inquisitive.
Yeah, I want to
They
know.
have that tendency to want to check things. That's why if you keep anything away from them, they'll want to get there. whether the person believes in God or not. That's how women are wired. And it has got me thinking. I believe women are wired that way because they are designed to assist the male. So they want to get every possible information they can get from the male, so they can better understand, one, where they are going to, two, what is going on, what is he up to. So that is one of the things I think God has placed in them to be able to assist us. But now, on the part of the male, I mean, generally, no matter who a male is, even if the male talks a lot, men usually don't give details to things. Like if they are to give you a story of what happened maybe in a wedding, they'll just give you a summary. I mean, they'll not give you details, the colors, like women would like to give. Call this. Men will just tell you simply, the wedding was nice. The decor was okay. That's all. But I feel that women usually
boring feedback.
Women usually will go to much details, like what happened, what was going on, things like that, which the male will not give.
Clear mental picture of what happened.
And for the male, when it comes to the phone, most male, it's true there'll be unsecured males, obviously, but most male will not really bother about checking their wife's phone or what their wives are going through with the phone, because men are not wired to be that inquisitive, but women are. So if you're a guy out there, if you're a husband out there, and your wife has that tendency, know that even if you meet another woman, she's going to have the same thing. So you can even ask. I think if you ask 100 women if they would like to have access to the husband's phone and just screw the phone, I think 99.99 were going to say yes. Maybe one of going to say. So it's a female thing. So if you are not really ready for such a thing, I think you should not even get married. Yeah, because you always have that.
Okay, but do you think that there are some guys too who find it interesting? Because we have a friend who had that tendency. He was a guy. Yeah. I don't want to call his name, of course, we're on camera. That he always had a tendency of taking your phone and scrolling, going through, and didn't really see anything particularly wrong with it. Do you think that in marriage it will be different?
I think that even if the male has that tendency, it will not be like that of a female.
Okay.
It's still different. I'm still to ask to know how he does it now that he's married. But I think there will be still a difference between how a male sees that from how a female does.
Okay.
Yeah,
So concerning phone privacy in marriage, I think that there are some things that will cause it. Like you spoke about your mindset, that your phone is your phone. Yes, that your phone is your phone, like it is yours. I think another thing that causes this phone privacy in marriage is people's negative past experiences. For example, imagine that the way you discovered that your guy was cheating on you, or your girl was cheating on you, was one day that you saw this message pop up, and that's how you discovered that the person was cheating on you. From that day, you may take a resolution that, since what I don't know doesn't hurt me or doesn't affect me in any way, then it's better that I stay ignorant about what is going on with you, and you too, you should stay ignorant about what is going on with me so far as the phone is concerned. What do you think about that point?
I think that is a point just for that people have just to, how will I put it? It's not that mindset will not breed true intimacy the way marriage was designed to be. It will just come and be people that are just cohabiting. I mean, like, that's your space, that's me. Because if people don't have the possibility of bringing things to the table and discussing whether you feel like or not, it will really not be the design of marriage. That intimacy will not be there. Because if somebody has a mindset, you always still have at the back of your mind a mistrust, because you're wondering what could be going there. I mean, there will still be that kind of a setting that will be in your mind, like question mark that will always be there. And if you give that person a possibility of getting to the partner's phone, they will not spare. They're going to go inside. So it's just, they always have that feeling of wanting to pick it and check it. So it's not really.
So, why should our phones not be private? I think the first thing is that, like he said, that it doesn't favor intimacy. Like, it's an anti-intimacy tool, because you will be in the house with someone.
Anti-intimacy process. Privacy is an anti-intimacy, yes. A phone is not an anti-intimacy tool, but the fact that there's a privacy to it, that's what makes it anti-intimacy.
Okay. So in itself, it's not a tool.
Yeah, the phone is not a tool. It's
Okay, I get your point now. Secondly, I think that it breeds mistrust, like you mentioned earlier. Yeah. So I think to me, those are the two principal things. And unfortunately, these two principal things, intimacy and trust, are two important foundations in a marriage.
of a marriage.
So if there is anything that tampers with these two,
Both couples have to look into it.
yeah, both partners have to look into it. And anything that tampers, to me, personally, to me, I think anything that tampers with something that it's like a key foundation stone in your relationship is something that you cannot compromise.
Yes, that for me, you cannot. Even if you don't feel like you cannot compromise that, you cannot.
And I think you even see that once you start making way for it, that okay, you can check my phone or I can check yours. You start with time, it's going to become normal. Like, remember those days when I just touch your phone and you just turn and look at me and you be like, what are you doing my phone? Now, do you think that it's different? Do you think that the feeling you have is different?
It's different because my mindset is different. I have a different mindset with what I had back then. And I've understood that that's how women are. Mm-hmm. So there's not, I know that that's the tendency they have. So there's nothing trying to have that mindset again.
Okay. So now how do we come to that point? Like, you practically moved from a point where, no, it's my phone, to a point where, it's okay, it's allowed. What brought you to that point? What's the mindset? You spoke about your mindset, a change in mindset. So what was the turnaround for you?
Firstly, being the husband, I'm the head of the home, and every head of a business, every head of an organization wants the organization to succeed. And having that mind for the organization to succeed, you take steps that will favor that. And imagine that I have, just put in quote, workers that work with me. My aim is that they're efficient. And the same thing, if I'm with the home with my wife, I want us to be efficient in what we are doing. And if doing away with the phone privacy would bring that efficiency and effectiveness, I will go for it. Because my mind is making us effective. So if the phone privacy stands on the way, I have to remove it. And secondly, I know that the woman's mind is to gather information in such a way that she better assists. Because if I was a female, it would be it's not an easy thing to follow somebody, even to follow a husband, because he has a mindset in which sometimes he doesn't communicate that to you.
Shout out to all the wives watching. It's not easy.
He doesn't communicate. Even if some men do communicate, it's difficult to communicate totally, because sometimes some things are seen in their mind. They're processing some thoughts. They have not yet decided what to do. And each time they make a decision, it affects the whole family, including the woman. So the woman's tendency is to be able to gather facts, information that can permit her better understand what they are doing, where they are going to, and how she can better assist and also help their children follow with what the husband is doing. So,
okay. And to me, what helps me too is the fact that, in Genesis, God said that a man is going to leave his father and mother and cleave to his wife, and the two shall become one. So if we are one, then there are some things that if we are one, then the things should be easy for me. It's like, okay, like sometimes I tease my husband when he says that, why did you take my thing? I said, hey, are you the one who took it? It's me who took it, and I am you. So it's like, it's you who took it. Like, if you understand what I try to do, like to play around his mind. The two are one.
And vice versa.
Yes, and vice versa. The two are one. So if your phone is my phone is your phone. Sometimes when I'm out of airtime, I get his phone and I call. And whoever gets my voice knows that I'm freely using the phone because he is my husband. So it should be the same with me being open to him going through my phone, or him being open and allowing me to use his phone. I know the Bible says that Adam and Eve were naked and they were not ashamed. So breeding this environment of nakedness without being ashamed is how can I say it? You leaving me to go through your phone and vice versa is one of the proof that we are naked with each other and we are unashamed. And this nakedness, truth, is a foundation of this nakedness. It means that I can go through something on your phone without you being afraid that I'm going to discover what you are doing. And to me, it's just nice. If I can say that to conclude, it's just nice for me.
And I think one of the main things that when you're getting to marriage or you're married, you must have is that you change from my to ours. in every sense of it. Because true relationship, like God intended, is for people to become one, not one in the same house, but one flesh. It means there should be a certain form of true intimacy and everything you have to share, and the person, because when you're one flesh, I mean, what my hand is doing, my body knows about it. So that is the essence of true intimacy in marriage. And Genesis chapter 2 verse 24 is a key scripture of an ideal marriage where things are being shared together and everybody know what is going on. And I think one of the mentality that most men have is that causes privacy in marriage, phone privacy in marriage, because they have a certain past that they have not discussed with their partner. Both men and women, actually. If you got married to somebody and you did not have time to really discuss your past, it's very difficult for you to be truly intimate, or for you to not have a certain privacy of your phone in marriage, because you dated one guy and maybe you broke up, let's say 2 months before you met your husband, and there's some things people had in common, and he's getting to you. You obviously, and you never told your partner about it, you obviously somehow be more private about it. For your phone, maybe in particular place, in your pocket, in your bag, something. Because when you were getting married, there was not that true discussion of the past. And I always think it's not too late. You can meet with your partner and you would discuss it again and see it, because that will always be an inch. Let's say, for example, maybe the guy impregnated the girl and the girl did an abortion for him, and he never told the wife. And you're married now, and the girl keeps on maybe just DMing you, texting you, inboxing you, for example, meeting you on Facebook. You always have an unease because you're married and you did not tell your wife. That can make you to go for privacy in marriage, because there are certain elements your wife doesn't know, and they're not conducive elements. So I think that if you're not married, one of the things you should do is that make sure your past is well discussed with your partner before getting married. And another thing is insecurity. Some people are insecure.
Yeah.
They feel like maybe somebody said something on the phone to me. I don't want my wife to know that I'm this, I'm that. Come on. Those are the things that really brings phone privacy. And
for my concluding word, I will encourage couples out there, practice being free and open with your phone. What do you think?
For me, there are some things that I think the male have to work on when it comes to this phone privacy. There are some things that if you don't work on, firstly, you must know that is how the women are built. If you get another woman AOC, they're still going to behave like that. And 2, you must know that phone privacy will bring lack of true intimacy and breed mistrust. And another thing you could have in your mind are the advantages in which having true phone, what is the opposite of not intimate? Okay, let's say no privacy with the phone. One of them is that it's going to protect you.
Yeah.
It's going to protect your marriage from intruders. Because if you are truly open when it comes to the phone, if a third party, somebody's marrying your husband and marrying your wife and is texting your wife, your partner can easily see it, or you can easily show your partner can get to it. When there's that openness, it helps to protect your family and it helps to protect your home. When there's privacy, automatically somebody somewhere will text your partner something or somehow, and before you know it, your home is broken because of that open door. Because I think phone privacy is an open door to destroy your family and your home. Your partner is your protection. You must allow him have full access to anything that concerns you, including the phone. That's how you are going to build. Because if I have let's say I'm not married and I have somebody that I can share everything with, for me it's going to be key. So in the same to marriage, if your partner, you can share everything with your partner, it's going to help your partner know how to protect you, or know the steps in which they will take in order to protect their family and protect the home. And it's going to bring an environment where both of you are not going to be ashamed to say what is going on in your life, your personal lives, to one another. So I think that phone privacy is something that if you want to experience true intimacy and true fulfillment in marriage, you must have to do away with it. You have to be open to your partner. Allow your partner to have full access to anything that concerns you, just as your body too is not kept private. Everything about you must not be kept private as well. So that's my conclusion.
Wow. Okay, so we've come to the end of this session for today. I hope you were blessed. For those who are struggling with phone privacy in marriage, you can get to us inbox with your questions. If you don't feel free posting them on the comment section. And for those who have not yet subscribed, we are still bidding on you. Please do well to subscribe. And stay tuned till the next session. See ya.
God bless you. Ciao, ciao.